Hi Virgo, welcome to your October 2016 general tarot reading. So I have just been, I was going to say schooled by a Virgo. That's not quite appropriate. But somebody said, where's Virgo's reading? And I'm like, okay. I thought I had done it, and apparently I hadn't. And, you know, it's kind of interesting because I have a moon in Virgo. You think I would have paid attention to those little details, don't you? But that's what separates the sun from the moon in Virgo, I guess. Okay. I guess I should say this to you as well, that I'm thinking of just doing general readings instead of also doing love readings, because I know that the love readings are just focused on that one topic, and sometimes I wonder if that's a good idea. So far the feedback has been to have two different readings, and so if you have a strong feeling either way, I'd love to hear it. I always like to hear different takes on whatever is going on, so I would appreciate it, you know. But if you don't, it doesn't matter to you, then you don't have to you know, do anything. I'm just curious. I've gotten a lot of interesting comments so far. I usually do longer readings. I think I'm going to try to keep it at a minimum because of the uploading concerns, because I have to upload it from home right now, and it does take quite a bit longer. But in any case, what I can see here, if I were to decide what the theme is it could be just about anything, but I feel like you're undergoing something internal where, you know, a lot of these events, it may play out in something that's actually happening, but I have a feeling that a lot of it is your attitude shifting, like a shift happening. And actually, you did have that eclipse in your own sign earlier in September on the 1st. I'm obviously recording in September, so that's something that just happened. And I'm actually recording on the full moon in Pisces, your opposite sign. So we're talking about time, and we're segmenting it and saying, okay, this is for October. And really, it's a bit silly because time is fluid. So if you're listening in September, don't automatically think that it's going to come about later on. It might be, especially with the tarot. I mean, astrology is a bit different because the transits are very, you know, distinct. But with the tarot, I always think that, you know, it's kind of like symbolic of what's happening at this moment. You know, it's a snapshot in time. But in any case, I did get the overarching theme to be the Six of Swords. So there's like a definite desire to move. And it could be moving away from a particular person. But this is like I do feel this is a location card. But that's why I said about these internal issues, that it's not just, okay, something pragmatic, but it's like something has changed inside of you that has made you realize that you want something else. And it will involve something to do with choosing peace. You know, you've heard that expression, I choose peace. This is number 6. So the number 6 is a card associated with Venus. And so it's all about harmony. And the swords, which always, it kind of perplexes me, how you can have a whole suit in the tarot that's associated with kind of upheaval or conflict. Because they connect to the air signs. And the air signs in and of themselves are not directly connected with conflict. They're connected with communication. And the swords can relate to mental processes, if that's a word. You know, your thoughts. They definitely can relate to that. But to also link it to conflict seems a bit off, although swords are weapons, right? So I can see it. I could see like overthinking things. So this could be on the mental level, but I have a feeling that this is relocation on the physical level. And again, it may not be something that you're physically going to do at this moment, but you may be saying to yourself, I'm done. And it's really a sense of like, I choose peace. I don't want to be in this dramatic situation anymore. Now, the other thing too is this a relationship? This could be a relationship that has been problematic, that has plagued you, and you finally want to leave. And maybe in the past you allowed guilt, or you allowed some other kind of sense of obligation to keep you there, and now it's just too far gone, and it's really affecting you in other ways. You know, being in an inharmonious situation can affect your health. It can affect your sense of life, you know, possibilities. Sometimes you can start to really think that, you know, there's nothing good out there when you are constantly surrounded with drama and negativity. And your life becomes more and more narrow. And in the recent past, I get another 6 of Wands. Now this is a card of victory. So, you know, the thing that I can definitely think of is somebody who may have finally kind of had their ship come in. But it would be particularly with the career being recognized. And you decide for yourself, okay, now that I have this, you know, I feel this sense of self-esteem that other people are valuing what I do, and now I don't need to be in this situation anymore. So maybe, like, for instance, some of you have your career really like happening and happening, and maybe your romantic life is the pits. If you're married, you know, a bad marriage or a bad long-term relationship, whatever it is. And so you decide to move on, and you have the ability to, because you have that boost of confidence, because Virgos do tend to be insecure, but this is kind of the charm, because they're a very humble sign. You're a very humble sign. And so, you know, the 6 of Wands is actually, because it's connected to the fire signs, yeah, I could see it'd be like a Leo, you know, taking their bow in the sun and strutting around feeling victorious. But that is not how you normally feel. So it might have been a boost to your confidence if you had some kind of success. And definitely this is supposed to be the current situation or the near future, where we have the 3 of Pentacles. You know, you're the architect of making your dreams come true. And I do connect this to career, building a career. So it's in that building stage. It's not, you know, at the apex, but still it's going to be very profitable. The number 3 relates to abundance and creativity. And so I think also like enthusiasm. So it's something that you feel joyful about. There's a sense of joy. Now, this could be your own business, and maybe that gives you that feeling of independence as well. But whatever is happening, there is definitely a lot of positivity being generated by it. And it's really a card just to kind of let you know that you're on the right track and to keep going and keep up the good work. The higher message in all of this is represented by the Two of Wands. So this really is about somebody who's deciding whether or not to move. And as I had stated, I wasn't sure that many of you were actually physically moving at this time. Some of you may be, but of course, this is a general reading, so not everybody's going to be resonating with every single card. And for some people, it's just merely wrapping your brain around the possibility when before you might have just dismissed it. So you have a choice to make. And whether you are able to do that or not will depend upon your own feelings that you're doing the right thing. And for some people, especially a Virgo, as I say, I have a moon in Virgo. I know about like researching everything before you take action and getting differing opinions. I mean, it can be quite an ordeal. But because this is the fire element, it has to be, you have to balance or include enthusiasm for what you're doing in what you're doing. You can't neglect that factor. You can't just think of the dollars and cents or the safety, whether it's a cushy job or something like that, or it's going to be predictable and you know for sure that it's going to be something you can do forever. It has to also make your heart sing, and that is the ultimate way that you'll see what is the right thing to do. The thing that crosses you is the Page of Pentacles. Pages can indicate messages, and I think particularly with this suit of Pentacles, it's a message about work. But see, we are in Mercury Retrograde as we speak, and even in October, for about the first week, Mercury will not have, trying to adjust this a little bit. I hope this doesn't come out too orangey because my wall is orange and I think it's reflecting in this night reading, which I don't typically do at night. But, even in October, we're at the beginning, like the first week, we will have the residue of the Mercury retrograde, because even after Mercury stations direct, there will be a period of time when it will still be getting back up to steam to where it was before it retrograded. Back, when was that? On August 30th. So you may still experience delays and snafus. And in this reversed position, or what I'm reading as a reverse card, you may get some kind of signal crossed. But this would be more at the beginning of the month. So I think things will definitely settle out. If you do hear about some, or if you are expecting some word about something, take into account what we've been dealing with, because this has been kicking my butt. I don't know about you, but this has just been like too much. I don't know how people who are ruled by Mercury, and even if it's your sun sign, we could say it's your ruler in a sense also, but definitely if it's your rising sign, how you handle Mercury retrogrades, or if it like really is something you flow with more easily. And of course, this Mercury happens to be in Virgo, so there's that double whammy. But it's just been like something else all over again. I'm just happy I'm able to record this, actually. I should be glad, The thing to keep in mind is represented by the Eight of Wands. So there may be something very sudden that comes in. Maybe you have a little bit of a delay initially at the beginning of October, but then things probably are going to just pick up, and you may get some kind of great news. It may be you might even have to, I think this might even relate to relocating too. But whatever it is that you have to do, it might be very sudden and you might not have much time to think about it. So you're going to have to go with your gut. And the more you can kind of wrap your brain around or be okay with it right now, the more you can spring into action when it does come, if it does come. And you will be, I think I think that Virgo is able to do that, though, even though you are cautious, because you're a mutable sign. So you kind of are flexible with things kind of popping up out of nowhere. So that is good, because, and this is a very positive card, the Eight of Wands, in terms of like it bringing some kind of message to you that's enthusiastic, that makes you happy. So that would be really good too. And then we have the Advice, which is the Fool card. So this is about you starting a new chapter, and you're starting it without preconceived notions, and you're traveling light. You're not traveling burdened by any kind of past bad experiences that color this situation. It really is. I mean, I think of like when people are traveling and they're like covering new ground, or if you move to a new location and everything is fresh to you, there's like that wonderful feeling, and of a new chapter in one's life. And so definitely I feel that solar eclipse is really kicking in and kind of being emphasized in the Fool card, the Zero card, the first card of the deck. And so be, somebody who is capable of just enjoying the journey and not caring about the destination, because it can be quite an adventure if you allow it to be. And the outcome is a very expansive card, the Three of Wands. I think you will be traveling. I think you are going to go. You see those mountains? It has to do with expansion, the number 3. See, there's another 3. So we got 2 3s and we got 2 6s. So the 6 is like domestic bliss, and the 3s are adventure, expansion, excitement, joy, creativity. So I feel like, both of these things, especially if you were wanting to move house, you may feel that, we always have that fear of the unknown, but this is going to be something that actually stimulates you. And maybe you're going to be uncharacteristically adventurous and embrace the change and embrace the unknown. And I think that would be the best thing for you, Virgo. So I hope you enjoyed this. And thank you again to the person who reminded me to do this one. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below this video to my website. Otherwise, have a great October, Virgo. Bye.